Hello, everybody. We're going live. Let me put my filter on because actually I think I do have the filter.
That's the one.
Ooh. Is that one good? I can't tell. Oh, it's on you. I'll just use this one. Hello, everybody. So today we are adding. Oh, hey, Johnny. What's up? So today is a little bit different because usually I have Big Brother people on my live, but if you've been tuning in every Wednesday, we've been talking about the challenge because a lot of people that watch Big Brother also watch the challenge, and there's 5 contestants. There's 5 former Big Brother contestants on this season, so
that's a lot.
So I've been getting into it. Yeah, I know, right? So we have Ginny West coming on, and she's a legend, and Anthony's in love with her. So
I do have a pretty big crush.
As soon as he told me that, I was like, that's it. She's coming on our live. But we are a little bit earlier. It is earlier than normal because Ginny is currently in the UK, and I just I don't want to for an Instagram live because that would have been okay, whatever. But I figure why does the filter look strong? I know the filter looks so strong in the daylight. You're right. I'm gonna this one might be better. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, that was okay. It takes a while to kick in. Oh,
there you go. That's similar.
I don't know. Oh, okay. We'll just do this pretty filter.
The normal filter. That's the go-to.
But yeah, we also had to switch our direction because the lighting.
There's so much sunlight, guys.
Yeah,
the natural light's the best.
Ooh, but now we're just gonna do no filter because right now it's actually reflecting off. Oh no, I do today, but it's reflecting off the refrigerator. Whatever. We're doing what we can, people. This must be how Saturday Night Live felt when they had to do
throw retro on and double tap it.
I know exactly who taught you that trick.
Well, she taught it to me first.
Hold on, we're gonna see if Ginny's in here. Oh, she is.
That's fine.
The drama.
In case you guys wonder what we argue about.
Hello.
Hi.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I think it's frozen.
It's frozen?
I look like I'm frozen anyway.
Wait, are we frozen?
No, we can see you.
No, you're not frozen. I'm frozen.
Oh, no, you're fine now. I think,
Is that
I don't know.
okay?
In the comments, let us know if it's normal. First of all, it's an honor to have you join us.
It's an honor. Thank you very much.
You're my first non-Big Brother person.
You're the very first person I've ever got an Instagram live with ever, because I never do Instagram live. So.
Wow.
You would thrive on Instagram live.
2 firsts.
Yeah. The first one with someone else. I never do Instagram live, so yeah.
Oh.
You're my first.
Hi, Casey. So Ginny, thanks for joining us. What time is it in the UK right now?
Okay, I got it wrong. I thought it would be 11 o'clock, but it's actually midnight. So, yeah.
Because of the time gap. Yeah.
Jenny, I feel so bad.
Honestly, it's fine. It's not a problem.
Instagram live in the middle of the night. Okay, we'll make this worth your while. First of all, I don't know if you know my friend Anthony, but he has a big crush on you. So not to make things awkward, but if he acts weird, it's because he's geeking out.
I'm on most of her lives, to be fair. I think I'm on for just this one, I promise.
He is on most of my lives, so yeah. So he's not creepy, but I know, we'll see.
But a little bit creepy.
So I guess first things first. I guess have you been watching the challenge this season?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts so far? Don't spoil anything for us. But what are your thoughts so far with maybe how compared to what you remember?
Yeah.
When you're filming, is it pretty much spot on with what's been going on?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it is pretty much spot on. It's weird because obviously you're condensing 3 or 4 days into one episode, so it's like a challenge, a night out, nominations, an elimination. So, and they're getting all into an hour. But I feel like it's a shame because there's some things that go on and things that happen that are so funny and so great. You're oh, that didn't make the episode. It's such a shame. But I think it's a good representative. Yeah, I do feel like it's accurate. It's hard for them to fabricate things that people don't say or don't do.
Well, of course, yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel like reality TV is always like, because at least on Big Brother, sometimes people are like, "Oh, I got a bad edit." It's like, well, you did, like,
yeah.
Everything you said. But is there anything like, what's your favorite memory? I guess that didn't make air that has.
Oh my God! Oh, it was during a day off. Actually, one of the days off we have, went out for dinner, like on our day off from filming, and Bear was hilarious. He was hilarious. Like, you know, we're all having a drink, having a nice time, and Bear was just like literally picking up the waiters, like picking them up and like not letting them go, like literally not letting them go. And they're like,
which is really terrifying to be that waiter, because it's like some like big,
yeah, I don't know what they thought. Oh, I was like, you've been hit by Bear. Like, it was single-handedly the most funniest thing I've ever witnessed in my whole life. And I just wish I could relive that moment. I want it over and over and over again. It cheers me up every time I think of it. It's insane. No one can appreciate just how funny it was unless you were there.
I had a lot of moments like that in the Big Brother house. So whenever I try to explain it, people are like, I'm like, trust me. Like, it was like when you get like the belly laughs. And it's like, you've never laughed that hard in like, you know, what seems like forever.
I'll never laugh that hard again. Like, I couldn't breathe. Oh, so funny.
It's crazy that you'll get days off when you film.
Yeah, so it's like, it's the weekends really. So like, they still film and you're still mic'd up and they still follow you around with the camera just in case.
Yeah, because I was about to say, that's like, what if drama goes down?
Yeah, and that's why they consistently film all the time. But it's like, we catch up on interviews on those days and stuff.
Okay.
And the crew work really hard, so it's like a chance for them to have like a more chill day where like ideally nothing's gonna go down, but obviously that can happen. So they're ready. Yeah.
Gosh, has anything ever happened? Because this is your third season, right?
Yeah. That was my second one. Yeah. Yes, my second.
Oh, yeah. Dang. Okay, yeah. This is my first time watching the challenge.
Is it?
Because you're such. Okay, I said this to someone watching the show for the first time, but I read like, you know, what people say, and you're like a legend. So I thought you were like the Johnny Bananas of the world. No, I've been on for like 30 seasons.
I'm just gonna let you keep thinking that because that's better than the truth.
So last season was your rookie season.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because I was a rookie last season. So for me to last like half a week or so before the finals, quite rare for a rookie. So I think that's why people like maybe think that I'm better than what I am, because I lasted like to the end.
And I did see that you were the last of the rookies.
Yeah, that's right.
What was the show that you were on before this? They don't have it in the States.
No, it was on in the UK. It was called Survival of the Fittest, and it was like a girls versus boys like challenges. We did a challenge though every single day for like a month. It was hard work. Easier than the challenge though, way easier.
I was gonna ask if it was harder or easier.
What was hard about it was because you did challenge every single day, your levels of anxiety were higher because you at risk of going home more frequently. Like, somebody went home pretty much every other day. Someone went home, whereas in the challenge it's like 2 people a week. So you get like days where you're like, oh, nothing's gonna happen today, I'm just gonna chill out. Whereas on my other show it was like every single day. So it was like, but the challenges themselves were a lot easier.
Dang, that's kind of how big. Well, I don't know. On Big Brother, I guess it was similar. Like, I don't think you ever. Yeah. Sometimes I guess like your alliance might win HOH, so then you feel safe. But for the most part, you are kind of always on edge. But and I feel like the competitions on the challenge look so much harder. And I was wondering if that was like a fancy television trick or if they really are as hard as they look.
They're horrible. They're literally, honestly, like when we turn up for a challenge, we arrive at challenge. We might have been on the coach for like an hour to get there. We all rock up and everyone's like, we get there and they're like, right then, you guys just gonna wait here while we make sure everything's ready to get you off the coach. Well, you guys call it a bus, we call it a coach in England. The bus. And like everyone's like, no, we need to go to the toilet, like we need to go for a dump, like we need a shit. Like everyone's nervous. So everyone
that's exactly how it is before for Big Brother too. The nervous peas are a thing.
Yeah, oh my, is it what? Yeah.
The nervous peas. Like when you get nervous, you have to like pee.
Nervous wheeze. It's like nervous shits. Like everyone's queuing up to the toilet. Like, I feel so sorry for everybody who has to use the toilets afterwards because you go in. It's like if you go after CT as well, forget it. He can't get it in the basin. It's all up the sides. Like it's like literally it's such a mess. You go in, you're like holding your nose, you do your business, and you get out.
Wait, y'all share the same bathroom too? Because at Big Brother we had to. It was one bathroom for everyone.
You know what? So in the bunker, what happened was there was toilets. They were kind of like they were unisex toilets, but because it's a World War II bunker, it wasn't meant for 28 people to be emptying into every single. Oh, like they just didn't like. There was like urinals and then 4 cubicles, something like that. But we had them for literally less than a week. They kept flooding. So the portaloos outside, porta potties outside.
That must be what I saw because I think it was Rogan had tweeted. He had tweeted something about like how he lived in a bunker with no toilet or something. And I was like, they had no toilets for real? Like what the heck?
Literally, they had them for literally a week and they kept flooding. Like in the middle of the night, if you need
production,
they got
like,
flooded.
Let's make these people uncomfortable.
Oh my god. Honestly, like I was glad to see the back end of them because the toilet flushes wouldn't work very well. So it was like piled up with. You would like look at the toilet and pick which one had less poo in it because it would like piled up to the top. So you literally, honestly, Anthony, I'm telling you now, you couldn't even sit down because it would touch your bottom because it peaked that high.
Oh my god!
It was that bad. Like it genuinely was that bad.
I would die. Like I don't.
Honestly, I don't think honestly, when they were bringing the porta potties, I was excited, but they had to put them outside, and it was a 5-minute round trip to go to the toilet because it took 2.5 minutes to walk the length of the bunker to go outside. I timed it, like it was like a 5-minute round trip. So if in the middle of the night,
God forbid you really have to go and you're like squeezing your cheeks and you're trying to do that fast walk.
Okay, I'm like not a person that talks about bathroom stuff, and this is like.
I know, sorry. No, it was a big deal.
No, I'm just saying that the mental pictures are just like.
This is hilarious to me.
Oh my god!
But can you imagine, like 3 a.m. in the morning, you're like, you really need a wee, and you know that by the time you get there and come back, you're going to be wide awake. It was so annoying. Yeah.
Next time that you go on the challenge, I highly recommend Poopery. I brought it on Big Brother. You spray it before you go, and
that doesn't help the poop touching your butt. Come on.
It would touch your butt if you didn't hover. You couldn't fully sit.
Oh
I'm sorry.
That is horrible.
Mm-hmm. It's the truth.
I wonder if that's how coronavirus started.
No.
Yeah, that's probably what started. Yeah.
Okay, so this season, from what because again I didn't watch any previous seasons, but from what I heard, usually y'all are in like a nice house with like a hot tub, right?
Yeah. I mean, Thailand last season, 34 was amazing. Like massive swimming pool, like all the loads more separate rooms with more bathrooms, with actual bathrooms, and do you know what though? I think I'm the only person, apart from the toilet situation, I liked the bunker. Yeah. I liked it because it was winter anyway, so the weather's rubbish. So I liked the fact that it was like cozy. I liked the fact there was like no windows, and it was just cozy. Like all you want to do is wear your sweats, have a hot cup of tea, just walk around with a cup of tea all day when you weren't like, you know, shooting scenes or whatever, and you just be like, I loved it. I'm the only person.
It was pretty cool.
It did look pretty cool, but when y'all were going on, I guess like before y'all walked into the house and going through casting or going through whatever before you go on, did they give you a heads up of like, hey, it's not going to be exactly what you think?
Oh my gosh, you literally, right, this is what happened, right? So usually the challenge is filmed somewhere hot and beautiful. And my last season, that was what it was. So I was like, right then, last season I wasn't prepared. I didn't have enough bikinis. So I'm going to buy loads of bikinis before I even get asked to go on the show in case you ask me. So I booked 22 bikinis. Okay, 22 bikinis. And then I got asked to go on, and then they sent me the packing list, and they're like, this is what you need to pack. And it was like sweaters times 10, thermals times 2, bikinis 1. I was like, wait.
So you kind of was like, this isn't right.
we're not going somewhere hot. I was like, this is going to be somewhere cold. I just sent all the bikinis back, bought loads of jumpers and sweaters and whatever, turn up to the airport, and it's like, you're going to Prague. We're like, what? So, yeah.
That's wild. I guess, is it hard to get adjusted to the time change? Because I mean,
not for me, because I think Prague is literally a 1 hour difference to the UK.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. We're literally like, it took, I think the flight was, yeah, it would have been hard for the Americans. They had to, I think they got on there a day before us, and they had to like adjust the time difference but more. But for us, it's like an hour and a half flight, and then we're there.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I was like, this is like England.
Please don't read any of the comments. I think the fans are over aware that I have a pretty big crush on you.
He's mentioned it. He's mentioned it a few times.
Yeah, every time we talk about the challenge, I'm like, when's Jenny coming on? It's too bad.
But he's harmless, I promise.
I've not looked at the comments, but now I'm going to.
I'm the worst at reading the comments while we're talking.
It's really hard to like look at the comments and talk to you guys, and you guys are so beautiful. Obviously, Anthony, so handsome. You know, yeah.
If I add you, would you add me back? Like that would make my absolute day.
Don't. Because I hate when people do that to me, and then I'm like, crap. I guess I gotta follow you back. Like,
I think I followed too many people as well. I will follow you, Anthony. Though I will follow you. I promise.
Oh my gosh. He's so excited.
only if you screen grab it, circle it, and then put on your Instagram stories going, oh my god!
Done.
No, he really will.
Totally would.
He would have done that without you saying it.
Totally would.
Whatever. But okay, so aside from the challenges that you did this season, what do you think, because we were talking about the bathroom and all that, what was the hardest, what was the hardest thing that you did this season outside of, like, what was already, what I guess we all assumed to be hard, like a bathroom situation?
What's the hardest thing to deal with?
Yeah.
I'd say one of the hardest things is knowing who you can trust, and you probably make similar. For me, that's the hardest thing, because it's difficult because you're going to put yourself in a position where you can be somewhere for potentially up to 8 weeks, and you're surrounded by all these people. And for me, I find it difficult if I can't be invited people that I think actually genuinely like me. I don't want false conversations and false friendships for a game or a show. Like, I almost don't care about that. I want to make real connections with people. Otherwise, I feel sad. Like, I just feel a bit like lonely, really lonely. So for me, it's like knowing that the people you're talking to genuinely want to talk to you, and they genuinely are connecting with you, and it's not just fake. So I think that for me is the hardest thing to kind of get to terms with, is understanding for some people it is a job and it's a show. For me, it's very much my real life at that time. Yeah, I'm on a show, but you don't notice the cameras, do you? So yeah.
Well, so do y'all notice the cameras? Or are the cameras actually there in front of you? Because on Big Brother,
yeah, they're all around the whole house, but then there is a crew that kind of follow you. We'll get better shots and stuff if things start kicking off. They'll kind of come out of nowhere. So yeah.
See. So what would you? So this is your second. Actually, something that I was wondering was the first season you go on. I feel like maybe you're a little naive because you are forming these relationships and you don't. Yeah. Did you go home and then realize there were some people that you really thought you could trust? And you couldn't.
Oh my god, those alliances. What? I was literally like that. And the thing is, though, when I went on the first season, obviously I'm from the UK. The show had only just aired in the UK, so no one knows about it. And I did a Skype audition, I think in April, and we started filming in May. And we did this audition, and then I never heard anything from them. And then literally they emailed me, were like, you need to fly out in 5 days. And I was like,
wow,
what?
That fast of a turnaround.
Even Googled the show. I was like, I'd auditioned for it. I hadn't even Googled it. So I was like, shit. So I went on YouTube and I watched a couple of clips, but I had so much to do to organise before going away, sorting out my job.
You don't have time to watch it at that point.
Yeah, I have time to sit there and watch this stuff. So anyway, I just knew it looked hard. and that's all I knew. And then when I got there, I genuinely believed it was Brits versus Americans. I couldn't believe there was like Americans helping the Brits and Brits helping the Americans. I was like, hang on, what?
It's not
Are
the
we not
1700s. It's not
Yeah,
the 1700s.
honestly, I am so
We're not fighting
naive.
anymore.
I was so honestly, I was so naive. Like I literally was like, it was 2 weeks in when I kind of like clocked on that's what was going on. And I remember CT saying to me, "Come on, Jenny, you're not stupid." I went, "No, no, no, I am stupid. I don't know what's going on." Like,
stupid,
we
actually.
literally fell out. Yeah, I think it's just because I'm so like competitive that I'm like, oh, I'm on Team UK. Okay, this is my team, and I wouldn't even think about how, working with other people. It's like, that's my team. So that I just didn't even, a bit slow.
Speaking of CT, because I mean he is like of the legends. He's one of the legends. Like my cousin loves the challenge, and she loves like she has she's married and she still has a frightening crush on CT. How shocked were you when he got knocked out last week?
Oh yeah, when it happened, yeah. I mean, I think if it had been the first season that I'd done, I wouldn't have understood the magnitude of the situation. But now I've done the whole season, obviously now I know about the challenge and I understand about the characters, and I've watched past seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, wow, like for Jay to take CT out is a massive thing. And I think everybody was surprised, and you saw everyone's reactions. And the thing is, when that challenge was happening, when that elimination was happening, it really looked like CT had it the whole time, because he made this ugly, massive knot. Literally, I was like, that's horrendous. And Jay was taking ages with this chain, and I remember turning to everyone and everyone was like, "What's he doing?" CT just ripped that off, and I went, "Actually, do you know what?" I said, the hardest thing to unknot is your necklace. Like when you get a knot in a chain, it's the hardest thing to undo.
Yeah.
And Jay's a climber, and Jay was tying these like climbing knots into the chains. So he actually did know. I mean, he just had a skill that I guess none of us kind of knew. But I was standing there and I was thinking, like, like he worked to his advantages. Like he did a great job. He did a great job. It was neck and neck though. It was neck and neck.
As a returning veteran on the season, are y'all scared of the rookies, or is it kind of like y'all? I mean, you were a rookie last season, so were probably remember more what it's like than say someone like Johnny Bananas, who's been on for seasons and seasons. But like, are y'all ever really scared of the rookies? Like when Jay came forward and he won 2 comps on elimination. Like, were y'all expecting that at all, or?
I mean, I think like the thing is with eliminations is, so on paper you can look at 2 people and say this person's definitely going to be coming out on top, but until you get down there and until you see what the elimination is, like you can be surprised at the outcome. Like sometimes the person who you deem as the stronger competitor won't win necessarily, or the one who's got the most experience won't necessarily come out on top, because they can just have a bad day, and no matter how prepared you are, you could just be unlucky. You can just be unlucky. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Someone just laughed because I called you a veteran. Or do they not call y'all vets on the show?
What it is right, I don't agree with it. I've done 1 season, and what they used to do, what I gather is, if you've done about 4 or 5 seasons, then you get called a vet. But the reason why you've said that is because on this season, it said my name, it said vet underneath it.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I went, I'm not a veteran. I've only done 1 season. So I don't know why they've said I'm a veteran. Like, I wouldn't class myself as a veteran, but that's what they've wrote.
I thought you'd been on for like a bunch of seasons.
Yeah, no.
So the other thing is, okay, so the first elimination.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, this is before I was a stan, so I didn't really know you or the other Jenny. But I was kind of like, wait, hold on, because they were setting the other Jenny up to be like you kind of knew that she wasn't really gonna win.
Fall girl.
But I was like, well, what if it's like a plot twist of the century, and then she beats out Jenny, which obviously didn't happen. But what? And actually, I texted you that story because I was like, but that being said, like she's obviously like a badass, so whatever. But with that being said, when you went into elimination with the other Jenny, was there ever a doubt in your mind that, okay, maybe she's been holding back, or I don't know, or were you pretty confident about winning that?
I mean, I have so much respect for everybody who goes on the challenge because it actually annoys me when people go, oh, she's slim, she'll be weak, or she wears makeup, she's clearly going to be easy to. Do you know what I mean? They go off people's appearance too much, and I just think like, you can't do that.
That was what I thought her downfall was too. I thought that because she came in like all glam and makeup, I was like, they're going to think that she's not a threat, but I guess she wasn't a threat. But
I mean, no. Well, I think the thing is, I mean, I always think you gotta give people respect until you always respect people for even being there because it's hard job. And then going into elimination, I mean, I would say I was very confident, but you wouldn't have. I didn't like go around saying to people like, oh, I've got this. Like, I still remained humble because I was like, I don't want to be like, I'm gonna win, and then I don't win, and I'm like an idiot. So even though I was certain I would do well, I had so much faith in myself. I know that anything can happen in elimination. Anything like honestly, like you just don't know. Like you just don't know. So I was still being like, not gonna celebrate before I finished, but I was confident going into it, and
And then you like annihilated, and then you like won by far. Was that a hard competition or was it pretty easy?
I think honestly, it's funny this because I've had a few people message me and say to me that they're fed up with people saying that that it was obviously an easy elimination. Then they said that you obviously made it look easy, and I don't know where you would find the truth in either of that because I work out every day and I'm strong and I'm fit, but those barrels weren't heavy. It was a technique thing. So it was you had to use your brain because I remember saying to TJ, before we started, I said to him, if I push it really hard, will it bounce back down? And he was like, yeah. So that's wasting time. So I remember thinking like, I need to gauge on the very first go how hard to pull. So on the first one, I pulled it and I realized you don't need to pull it very hard because if I pulled it really hard, it would bounce at the top and then it would just come back down again. So I was like, I need to get it. Yeah. So I made sure that once I knew how much to pull it, I need to just do that every single time. So I'm not wasting time with it coming back down again. And that's it. Because Jen's she's about an inch taller than me. She's got longer arms than me. So for her to be able to maneuver that up, I actually shouldn't be harder because it wasn't heavy. It was a technique thing. So she just struggled with knowing how much to pull it, I think, more than anything.
That's crazy.
But,
dang.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it looks like you smoked that one. Like, and that's not me.
I think I did it in about 15 seconds, I think it was about 15 seconds. And everyone was like, everyone was so grateful because it was really cold outside. They were like, Jenny, thanks so much. We can go back home now.
That was such a good humble brag. I did it in like 15 seconds.
I think.
But okay, actually, I feel like it's the perfect segue for this because you're super, super fit. Like you are insanely fit. But looking at your photos, you've posted some before and afters. I guess like this is. Like you definitely have made like I guess a lifestyle change to go to start working on eating healthy. What would you say was the aha moment that made you decide to go and live this lifestyle?
This is gonna be an interesting one now. I've actually always been really fit. So even in that before.
Also, with that being said, in the year before photos, I was like, hold on, she was really fit then. So
yeah. So
but
like
I
even
appreciate the before, but
yeah,
the year before is better than mine now.
Basically, I have always been like strong and fit. Even when I was like 7, 8 years old, I could do weird stuff that 7, 8-year-old girls shouldn't be able to do.
You had abs.
And like I remember, like 1,000 sit-ups. I remember being like, I think I was about 10 or 11 years old, and my brother is about 8 years older than me, so he was about 19, 18, and he came home with a few friends from school, and he was like saying to him, my little sister's really strong, it's really weird, do an arm wrestle with it. And I beat at 11 years old all of his 18-year-old mates at arm wrestles at 11 years old. I could beat them. How weird's that?
That's pretty cool.
I would say it's definitely weird, but that's really cool.
It's cool. I felt like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was like, I've got secret powers.
But you like obviously didn't work out at that age. You were just like.
I've always been into sports and stuff at school, but I wasn't on any teams. because my mum and dad were into music, so I had to do a lot of extra music lessons and stuff. So I wasn't any teams, but I've always liked, at the weekends I would go into like, I'd go to the park and practice gymnastics and tumbling on my own. I would teach.
Wow.
So you were a gymnast?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
My mum and dad
explains everything.
So,
I feel like gymnasts are such muscles.
Yeah, no, basically I wanted to do it, but my mum and dad couldn't afford to have lessons for me. So I would walk to the library, I'd get a book out on gymnastics, and then I would just teach myself how to do everything.
Wow.
Because I really wanted to do it. So I'd like, so even though in that photo, my before and after, even though I look like chunkier, I was actually still quite toned. It's just because I had more body fat. But the body fat was like covering all my muscle.
That's what I say about me. I'm like, trust me, y'all, I'm ripped. I just have my body fat kind of.
You could be like super fit and super toned and strong and not look it because you're covered up in fat.
I'm not winning any arm wrestling.
It's like the guys who weigh $110 and like they have abs, but you're $110.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't even know what $110 means.
110 pounds.
Oh.
Like just the skinny guys who have abs.
So there's that saying that says like skinny guys have abs. It's like because they're lean, you can see the muscles easier without them doing anything.
Yeah, but they couldn't lift the milk crate. Like
no, but they look like they could, but they can't.
It's cheating.
Okay, so what was the big? I guess what was the switch that then? Because you're chiseled. You are very.
I'm not right now. Honestly, I'm not.
No,
this is like
you are. Unless your photos are like throwbacks.
I think it was when I was literally in my mid-20s and I was fed up of, I was going to the gym all the time, like, but I didn't know what I was doing and I was just doing cardio. And like, I remember thinking like, I'm going to the gym and doing like 8 hours of like cardio classes a week and I don't look like I go to the gym. And that's when I realized that I need to make my metabolism better. And you can only do that through weight training. So I was like, I need to do weight training. So I started doing weight training and like within a week, my body fat just started falling off me without me changing my food. Because when you do weight, you burn calories for days after while the body recovers. And then the more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism is, because muscle burns a lot of energy when you're doing nothing. So while I'm sat here talking to you, my muscle, my body is like burning more calories.
Yeah, like you're basically working out right now.
Yeah, I'm burning calories. Like, I'm literally getting a 6-pack now.
Dang, okay. So weight training, but you offer these packages. You sell these packages, right?
I do. Like, I've just started something called Train Like Me, because I was getting loads of messages from girls and guys saying like, I want to be as strong as you and I want to be like you. And I was like, that's so flattering. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to develop some plans that basically is just what I do in a plan. So I've done like a 4-week plan, an 8-week plan, a 12-week plan, and they're all gym based. And then I've done a home plan. And it's like home plan as well. For me, home training is hard to get right because it's hard to make it difficult. Not many people have got loads of heavy weights at home, and I haven't. So it's about training smart and knowing how to make it challenging. So that's what I've done. Yeah.
Dang. So I have to say, as I'm like reading the comments, you probably agree, this is the most positive comments.
Oh, really?
We've ever gotten.
No, well, 30% of it is about my crush, which is embarrassing.
No, that was before. People don't make this about you. Do not make this about you. It's not about Anthony.
No, it's everybody. No, like there's not been a negative comment yet.
Don't say that.
But
everybody loves you, Jenny.
Yay!
So, what do you think of? I guess the whole. Cause I'm assuming that you probably have a pretty good idea of like when you come back from the challenge, like you probably have a lot of fan love. What has been, I guess, maybe the most positive thing about the fan interaction that you've received?
Yeah, the most positive thing, and I've had a few recently, and I always screenshot them and save them because it's so nice. Oh. But it's nice when someone says to you that you've motivated them to want to be better, and that I still don't get it. Like, people message you and go, oh, I've not exercised for years and I keep seeing Instagram videos and you're so positive that today I literally went for a run for the first time in like 5 years and I feel we're good, it's down to you. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
That's the best. Yeah.
I love that.
That's
so on that same account, how do you stay humble when you're dealing with all the love? Because you're so humble. You're
right.
Like you're really, Jenny, you might be one of my favorite interviews that I've had so far because I can tell you're genuinely such a great person. You're so humble.
I think I feel like we're all equal in the world and no one's above anybody. We all end up in a box in the ground. So having airs and graces and thinking you're better than somebody is the first error anyone can make in life. Like, I don't care what someone's Instagram following is. I don't care if someone's famous, if they're on a TV show. That's not going to make me like someone more. I connect with people's personalities. So I think, like, if someone doesn't like me or whatever, that's fine. I won't lose sleep on it. But if people, like, say nice things to me, the last thing I would do is think, like, oh, I'm amazing.
I know.
Everyone loves me. Like, I couldn't even, like, that would never even enter my mind. Like, and I'm always thankful because anything can change. You know, people might like you one minute, hate you the next. So, yeah, I'm always grateful.
I don't. Have you ever gotten any hate? Because I'll be honest, I'll come at whoever hated you.
Yeah. Oh, I've had some. I mean, I don't like to focus on the negative because I just think
it's not important. But like, I'm changing my profile to a Jenny Stan account. First of all,
so like the main negative things I get, and I used to get it. I got it a lot after last season and I hate this. I hate it. And it used to really affect me, but it doesn't now. But people would say things like, "She looks like a man," or "I didn't know they were letting
transgender." You'd be a really pretty man.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna squash that now because I remember I watched the challenge before. I don't know
any dudes that look as pretty as you.
And so we turn it on and we start watching, and as soon as they introduce you, she'll admit, I go, "Wait, who was that?"
He was in love. It was love at first sight.
It's like, it still has my attention now.
Dang, but people say that. That's so rude.
That's
I think people just don't understand what 8 years of training and good genetics will do to someone's body. Like, that's just what I look like. And I think what's funny is you'll get that comment and then I'll have inboxes from loads of people saying to me, loads of guys saying, well, if you look like a man, then I'm obviously gay. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's nice.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Like, yeah, I think where it used to affect me, I would say I've had those comments maybe for quite a few years now, but I had quite a few after the first season that I did on the challenge. And I think people what's a shame is, it's a shame, but people do like to throw hate on people. And why, I don't know. I think it obviously is an insecurity. I don't come back at people. I tend to just feel bad for them. Yeah. And I think, like, it's bad when you've got to put someone down to feel good about yourself. And you have to really feel that person because they're obviously dealing with something inside that makes them have to be nasty and negative. So I'm always very confusing of people's behaviour, but also I don't look for validation from people I don't know. Like, I look at the people around me in my actual life and they support me. Why do I need some stranger from wherever who's probably 13 years old tell me I look like a man? I don't need to pay attention to that.
Or is a man that wishes he looked like you? I don't know. You never know.
You don't know. Yeah.
Hate's about the person giving it, not the person receiving it. Like, it's never
100. That's exactly it. And I think how I respond is really important as an example for other people as well. Because if I come back being like, you know, all guns blazing, I think sometimes that's what they're looking for. And I think, like, there's lots of young people who watch the challenge now, and if they see me replying saying, I'm like, you know, I'm sorry that you're obviously dealing with some emotional issue inside, and I hope that you've got people who love you who you can talk to. They'll be like, what? So it's like, maybe I can use, you know, that's what I do.
So because this is honestly a lot of people that I know through the world of reality TV, it's not always that easy. A lot of people do let trolls get to them.
Yeah.
How did you learn how to be so positive through all this?
I think age comes into it. Like,
and you can beat them up.
So there's that. But besides
Yeah,
that,
I'm like, I ignore it, and everyone I ignore it, and then secretly DM them, give me your address. No, I don't really.
We're about to go head to head.
I didn't go onto TV until I was 30. I'm 33 now.
You're 33?
So I think, yeah, I know. Shh.
No! Oh my gosh. Okay, I hate to interrupt you.
I don't want to hear that.
Ginny, you give me
So
hope.
2021.
No, I'm 30, and I was sitting here thinking, I was like, I wonder how old she is, because I bet she's like 25.
8 people are 25. I'm like, just go
You're
away.
33.
I thought you were younger than us originally.
I thought you were younger than...
33.
Okay, I'm officially a new Ginny Stan account. Like, I don't care what anyone else says. Like, oh my gosh, you look so much younger, and you also like have like a young like spirit about
Energy.
you.
Vibrance.
Yeah. Wow, crazy. Okay, sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
No, you're giving me compliments. I'll take that all day. I
She's
think
never
age,
gets nice to me, by
I'm
the way.
not.
She's never gets nice to me, and I'm her best friend.
yeah, I think I want to say something, but I do know a few women who are in their 40s, 50s who really, really struggle. I think you've got to choose what you're going to give attention to. So, like, if I'm getting hate from a certain page or a certain person, it's so simple. I just block them straight away.
Yeah.
Then you don't get notifications coming through. I block the person straight away. If someone puts on a challenge tea page, she looks like a man, I go onto their account, I click block, and then that's it. It's done. I don't reply. I literally block, done. And then I think as well is like I have to remove myself from the social media and reality TV world, because like it's so easy to sit on your phone and scroll through the notifications all day. I just don't. I literally don't do it. I don't like to. I just can't be bothered. It takes up too much time. I've got my guinea pigs to play with. I've got my jigsaw puzzles to do, my books to read. So I literally like, I'll look every now and then, but negativity, I just kind of shoot it down before it gets anywhere. Seems to work. Yeah.
Man, wow. I want to live my life like you. But I'm pretty
honestly,
it definitely makes sense now that I know that you're older, because I feel like when you get older, you kind of like are more like,
you don't give a fuck. You literally don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. Yeah.
Wait.
But I think younger people, they need to definitely don't feed it, because a lot of the time when people put things nasty on Instagram online, they literally, as soon as they put it, you can imagine them with their phone, they're refreshing and waiting for you to come back at them.
Yeah.
So I just,
they live for it. They live for it.
I hate it. I give them nothing back. I once, a few years ago, I've got a twin sister, right? And somebody, yeah, I got a twin sister.
Oh,
yeah.
There's two
Anthony's
of you
already knows. He already follows us.
Are y'all identical?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anthony's heart just exploded.
I already knew.
Yeah, I guess he follows me on Instagram on my West account.
I didn't realize this.
Yeah, I've got a twin account. So it's like all photos of me and my twin on there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had somebody who decided to massively take a dislike to us a few years ago, and what it was his girlfriend at the time was got competitive against Lucy and I. I don't know why. I think she was annoyed because her Instagram following didn't grow like ours did, and like overnight we were like shooting up by tens of thousands of followers like every single day. So her boyfriend went on Instagram, put a photo of us on his Instagram, and was like saying, look at these twins, they love themselves, like literally writing the most craziest stuff about us. Like it was really, really bad.
With loving yourself, first of all.
You should love yourself, yeah. I can't remember the question now though. I forgot the question. What was the question? I forgot the question.
I was basically just saying like how you are dealing. Well, it wasn't my question. I feel like we had evolved. We had evolved from the original question of how
we evolved. I remember now. I remember I was going with it. It was the first time I've experienced like ridiculous hate, because loads of people jumped on his post and loads of people were saying nasty things.
Really?
And Lucy and I were like, oh my god, like as far as I'm aware, I try to be the best person I can be. Like I'm always kind, I'm always like thoughtful, like I only ever say nice things to people, and like suddenly I was getting this barrage of absolute hate. And after that point, that's when I was quite young then, I was 27. So I found it now, I'd be like, I would shoot it down, but then I really like struggled to deal with it, and I kept going back to the post and reading all these new comments. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, to the younger people out there who are listening to this, don't go and read the comments, don't look for them. Just move on, delete the page, lock the page, and just don't look at it. If you don't look at it, it can't hurt you. So
I'll admit that. So I feel like I had a similar situation in the way that, like, I used to compete in pageants, and people would always
jealousy.
They would talk so bad about me for no reason. And at the time, I was so confused. I was like, why is this happening? Why are they talking bad about me? But now that I've been on reality TV and I look back, I'm like, I'm actually glad that happened for, like, a learning lesson. So then now I'm able to kind of, like, take that and move on. But it's
sad though, and the thing is, like, it's something that I'm so against. I'm so against people. It's fine, like, not agreeing with someone's personality and saying, like, oh, I think you're arrogant, but when you come at people's appearance, that's such a low blow. It's like, that's what you do when you're not intelligent enough to construct a sentence, say something that's actually relevant. So you get, she's fat, she looks like a man, your lips look stupid, your hair's super colour, you shouldn't be wearing that. Like, all those kind of things are what people say.
About you, because I'm about to fight them, first of all.
It's all out there.
But I'm sure that people could say something about anyone. They will.
And the thing is that the people saying it are not intelligent enough to be able to say something actually and use their words. They just come at your appearance. Like, when you come at someone's appearance,
it's a generic thing that they'd say about anybody. Like, you know.
And that's like, when you...
no, but I mean, but it doesn't matter. Like, you could have, like, for instance, you talked about your lip. Like, you know, they said, like, oh, her lips are weird or whatever. Like, you could have the best lips ever, and they would be like, your lips are weird, because they know that would be something that would get a dig out of.
Well, for me, like, I really want social media to move away from all that now, because I feel like there's so many in the UK suicides at the moment of people who are getting so much hate on Instagram and they can't deal with it, and they just commit suicide, and it's honestly breaks my heart every time I hear of it. And that for me is just like, I just think something so simple. You think your one comment saying she's ugly is, I only said she's ugly, but you're one of 500 people that day who DM that person and said that they're that.
Where is
it? It's like a knock-on effect. So that person now feels completely worthless, and congratulations, you contributed towards that person wanting to kill themselves. And, like, I hope you can live with that. And that for me is, I'm just so serious about it, and I just think it's disgusting that people think that's okay to look themselves. I get about it, so I'm not gonna say much more on it because I'll just go off on one.
No, I love this, honestly. I'm just, as soon as it ends, I'm changing it to Ginny's standing. I'm changing my profile to Ginny's standing out.
And then I'll follow her.
But truly, no, I think it's so important for somebody in, you know, you have your fans, and you have your, you know, as weird as it is for, like, a reality star to think that they're, like, famous, but you have your fame from the challenge, and not a lot of people use that for good. So I do really respect the fact that you are passionate about this and you are able to speak out about it, because not a lot of people are. A lot of people are scared.
I'm always gonna speak out about that. Always. It's not okay to say shit about people like that. It's just never gonna be. So I think it's our responsibility, the people who've got a following, to lead, because you've got so many people following you. So you've got to make that. It's our responsibility, to kind of, like, lead the younger generation who are, like, 13, 14, 15 years old, because they're going to learn from us.
Exactly.
So if they see people saying shit that's inappropriate who are older, they're going to think it's okay. Whereas if we say, no, it's not cool, you're like an idiot, and everyone's going to hate you, they're going to be like, okay, right, I won't say anything then.
Exactly.
So
do you, because now, of course, like, on the challenge or on any, you know, kind of competition show, like, it is easy to kind of get caught up in, you know, talking crap about your, you know, co-stars, if you will. Do you usually just, like, shy away from that at all, or do you think that there is, like, sometimes there's, like, a healthy, you know, talking shit back and forth because it's a competition?
Like, I think it's really important. You've got to know your audience, and I think, like some people will say stuff about people. I'm all right with people saying what they think about me and how I've behaved, but to start talking about how I look, you just don't need to. That's irrelevant. Talk about how I behave.
I want to say shocked that people talk about the way you look, because I think you're hot. You think you're hot.
I'm offended because I
Honestly,
I'm personally offended about
because that's attacking my judgment.
That's so funny.
Well, I think I'm not like a complete saint. I love people giving shit to each other back and forth, having an argument, airing anything you've got against somebody that's annoyed you, say it, you know, and let your opinion be known. I'm all for that. But when it comes to looks, that's where I think it's just not needed. Like, it's completely pointless. Like, what you're trying to bring to the table and nothing.
Agreed.
But yeah, I love. Do you know what? On the challenge as well, is I'm not an argumentative person because I just can't be bothered.
I noticed that.
Like, I'm so laid back. Like, if someone tries to get at me, my favourite thing to do is just pretend they don't even exist because it pisses them off. So I take great pleasure in that. So I'll just be like that. Oh, are you finished now?
Anthony's heart just literally just like exploded.
Yeah, I love doing that. I find it really, I love just ignoring people.
Anthony's love.
Yeah, I love it. But the thing is, though, what was great, though, is like I was like thrown into my first season, like for my chilled out life where I avoid conflict because I hate it. And then I'd be like, everyone literally throwing shit at each other, arguing, shouting, like in each other's faces, security coming in. And I'm like, it's actually quite entertaining when you're not involved. As long as my friends are involved, it's actually quite entertaining. I'm like, it's a great big argument going on in front of you. It's actually quite entertaining. And as long as, you know, no one's actually getting hurt, I'm down for it. I love watching anyway. I just don't want to be involved, but I like watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a bit of drama.
Nobody got hurt.
Yeah. Don't involve me, but carry on.
So, Jenny, first of all, I'm shook that you're 33.
Huh.
Right? That's crazy to me. Okay, it's crazy, but okay. So I hate this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. In the next 5 years, like, what are your next, or maybe not even 5 years? What's your next big goal other than the challenge? Where do you see yourself going next?
I've always got my finger in a lot of different pots and is it pies or pots? Fingers in loads of pies. Saying
pots or
pie. Pies. Because I've got loads of hobbies and loads of interests, so there's loads of things that I like take my time up other than the challenge. I love the challenge and I'm so grateful for the opportunity that it gives me. But if they didn't ask me back for another season, that's fine. Like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it because I like my life.
For them, but okay.
Oh, okay. Well, if they didn't want me, if MTV were like, do you know what, we don't need Jen anymore, I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to, you know, force anything that's not going to be there. I love my life anyway. I like my routine. I'm happy with my life. So I think, like, if the challenge wasn't continuing, then maybe if there's other opportunities that present themselves, other TV opportunities, as long as they're right for me, I would 100% go at them. And I want to, as well as do my online training, I want to take that to the next level. So I'd like to be able to kind of like make that better. Because I've done online training for a very long time now, but I think now because I've been on TV, it's helped me be able to reach more people. So that's cool. And so I think that really, because I'm so passionate about it. And also, I know it sounds like cliche, and I don't want to be cliche, but you know how I was talking about the online bullying and all of that and suicide. That's something that really, really not fascinates me. It's the wrong word to use, but I'm really passionate about.
You're passionate about it, yeah.
Yeah, I want to work on something towards that as well. Like, yeah.
Wow, I love that.
That's one of the better answers you've gotten.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry, it's a boring.
This is
like, I'm gonna like move to this country and I'm gonna do this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna play with my guinea pigs and get involved in some charities. Like,
wait,
this is why.
Can we please? Okay, cool. Before we go, we have to talk about your guinea pigs.
Yeah.
How many do you have again?
4.
Who was the one that I commented on? That he had the messy hair.
Dash.
Do you know about her guinea pigs?
Yeah, I saw.
She has 4 guinea pigs. Well, I didn't know she had 4, but yeah, she just guinea. Wait, nobody. I don't know. I've never met somebody with pet guinea pigs before.
Yeah.
No, I never have. But
That's
like,
cool.
do they run around your house or do they stay in a cage?
Yeah.
No, it's not. No. Okay, ferrets are weird. No, I'm not saying it's weird. I'm just saying that, like, for some reason, whenever you post about your guinea pig, I instantly wanted to go out and buy 4 guinea pigs.
Yeah. Right, listen, if you're going to buy guinea pigs, you need to come to me for advice because people don't look after them well enough and it really upsets me.
Wait, Then wait, so what's your guinea pig advice? Because
My guinea pig advice is don't get a guinea pig if you don't want to spend your time, all of your day looking after them because they take more time than people think. Like people just put them in a cage, shut them in a room, and then just chuck some food in once a day and then bugger off. No, you got to get them out. You got to put them in the garden. You got to let them run around, stretch their little legs.
I guess take them for walks.
Yeah. Like the boys, like they have like their different cages, but like throughout the day, I'll unlock the cages and they like run up. They just jump in and out and just go around the house. Like you can walk into the kitchen, they'll be like in the kitchen, and you go into the living room and you'll be sitting there on the sofa like watching TV, and a guinea pig will just go running past you out in the corner of your eye.
So they're around the house.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope I'm not overstepping, but can you go grab a guinea pig?
No, I'm 100% gonna go get one.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
I'll be 1 minute.
Okay. That's so funny, man. I'm really okay. Anthony, should I get a pet guinea pig?
I think you should get a pet.
Well, I can't get a dog because Boss would be heartbroken. But like, should I get a guinea pig?
I feel like
her guinea pigs are cute.
I feel like whatever animal you get, I would wind up taking care of partially. So
no, Sam from Big Brother, he goes, I have one guinea pig and it's my youngest son, Bradley.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna have to hide my honesty. I've got.
Oh my gosh!
Aww.
Look at their little face. Their faces are so cute.
I mean, look at that foot. How can he even cope? And then look at his ears.
Guinea pigs, no, they're cute. Wait, so, and this one's pretty too because he has all the spots.
Yeah, he's really neat.
Wait, what's his name?
Mayhem.
Mayhem, nice.
Yeah, Mayhem. Yeah, and he's got like
big. Like I feel like he's
got he's quite big. He's got really big balls as well. I love him. Literally, right, I'm telling you now, because of my Instagram account and my guinea pigs being on my Instagram account all the time, you don't know how many people have messaged me and said they've got guinea pigs because of me.
No way. I was about to get a guinea pig. If we weren't under quarantine, I probably would have marched out to Petco.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where to find a guinea pig.
We'll figure this out.
Do you know what I did?
We're under quarantine.
This is so sad. I went to the pet shop where the guinea pigs are sold, and I went in to go and see that they were being looked after properly because we're in quarantine. I was really worried that they wouldn't be like feeding them properly. And I went up to the woman and went, "Hi, I've noticed that your guinea pigs aren't for sale now because of what's happening. And what's going to happen to guinea pigs? Is someone feeding them?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, just checking."
But I love your heart for caring because probably not people do. Okay, wait. So somebody,
but they're so innocent.
Do what?
They're so innocent.
So Moodles 056, I thought you could only buy them in pairs because they need a friend. Is
Yeah,
that
you
true?
can't get them on their own. Yeah, they don't like being on their own. It's so depressing for them. They literally die on their own.
Wow.
They will die. Yeah. Like if you've got two guinea pigs and one passes away, the other one will die. Like
guinea pigs.
You have
pairs or more. Yeah.
So I want to let you know that Kat broke my heart over quarantine because right before quarantine I was told that I was supposed to be moving to London in July.
Oh.
Hang on, you're supposed to what?
Yeah, so
he was gonna be moving to the UK.
And I was gonna do a 3-year stint in London. And just the other day she goes, "Well, that sucks. You know who lives in London?" I go, "Who?" And I look at her and go,
I know London for the UK.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Don't
2
say
hours
Jenny.
from London to train. So not far.
Wait, so where do you live in retrospect to London?
Okay, so London's here. I like a 4-hour drive north of London. So I'm like right in the middle of the country.
You make that 4-hour drive.
Yeah, 2 hours on the train.
To drive on the other side of the road. Just to
come to Wigan.
Just to take you to dinner.
Wow. I love this. Girl.
It's like 2 hours on the train. You don't even need to drive.
I like trains. All right, it's fair.
Wow.
But no, they just.
I can see in her face. She because she's a very kind person. She's like looking at you. She's like,
yeah, we can go for dinner.
Anthony, it's not gonna work.
That's pretty much my luck, guys.
Oh man! Wow, man. Well, thanks for coming on, Jenny. It's been a full hour. This hour by so fast.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's been an hour.
So Thank you
Yeah.
for waking up at midnight to talk with us. I hope it was
I didn't even wake up. I hadn't even gone to bed. I just stayed up.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for staying
That's
up for
okay.
us.
I
This
started
is
filming
honestly,
TikTok.
this has been like my favorite interview. I think you are such a kind person.
It's definitely my
Truly.
favorite interview.
So thanks for coming on with us. You're the best.
Thank
We
you
wish
so
luck in
much.
the challenge, even though it's already been filmed. So whatever happened already happened.
But we're rooting for you.
But we hope you win.
Good luck. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.
Mayhem.
Mwah. Oh my gosh. Bye. Bye, Mayhem.